exceptional interview with someone that you're going to see this Saturday. We queued it up as a Sarah set. It takes a couple seconds. Just refresh and let me know when it's fully live. I don't know if Instagram is live, but we're trying new technology. So in a couple seconds, usually this thing shows up. So just give me a Q&A is live, and we'll see how we're doing. Yeah, so could we play Jeopardy music while we wait?
All right, we're live on Facebook.
We're live on Facebook. Check YouTube just to make sure it's there. Aliona's going to read all the questions to me today because I have a brand new camera, like HD, Sony, like studio quality camera. So I do have a topic for you though, and our conversation continues the art of cardiovascular health. So hey, Instagram, if you're watching, comment because we can see all of the comments. And hey, Facebook and YouTube, comment because the brilliant thing about all of this is maybe we have to push that button. Wouldn't that be hilarious? So there's something going on with that. So don't worry about that right now. So we have Facebook and we have YouTube. Did you know that recent research shows that your gut is directly connected to your heart? I'm talking directly connected. And you might think about like, wait, I thought my heart was in my chest. And like, doesn't my heart kind of do its own thing and beat on its own rhythm? And I mean, yes, it can. But we now know that your heart is wired, so it's directly connected to your spinal cord and your brain. But watch this, it is also directly connected to your gut. And what has recently come out in publications is that your intestines tell your heart what to do and how to do it, equally, possibly even more, than what your brain does. And you might ask yourself, how the heck does my gut have anything to do with my heart? So here we go for the topic, while I ask and beg you to do an actual Q&A with me. So Aliona is watching our feeds. Questions are easy. You just type your comments. She'll read them to me, and then I will answer them live. I will be here until the 30-minute mark, which is 10:25 10:25 according to my clock. So feel free to ask away. How does your gut tell your heart what to do? Okay, in a normal, healthy environment, your gut cells are so tightly connected that we don't leak any toxins, bacteria, or chemicals, microplastics, heavy metals into your bloodstream. So in a normal, healthy environment, your gut says, you're good. Do whatever you want. So your gut actually protects your blood from getting chemical toxins in them. What we have discovered, and I say we as in the scientific community, healthcare practitioners, functional medicine doctors, is if your gut is leaking, and I use air quotes for leaking because you're never going to find in PubMed an article that says leaky gut causes heart disease. You will, however, see dysbiosis. You will see increased intestinal permeability. And it's only because scientists want to sound smart and they don't want to use colloquial terms. Okay, so you're never going to see leaky gut causes heart disease. But the research says a condition known as dysbiosis. So what is dysbiosis? Well, it's the abnormal relationship, the incorrect ratio between aerobic and anaerobic bacteria. So we know your body has something called a microbiome. Micro meaning small, biome meaning living organisms. You have tiny microscopic living organisms in your gut. It is a symbiotic relationship. If you sterilize your gut, you can have issues. If you have too much bacteria in your gut, you can have issues. So it has to be in perfect balance. You need just enough of the anaerobes and just enough of the aerobes with oxygen, without oxygen. And what happens for a lot of you is you don't have enough of one or you have too much of the other. And is there a way to test for this? Absolutely. It's a GI map. We can actually have you do a stool test. We can look at the bacteria in your stool and we can go, okay, you have too much of this and not enough of that. So the cool thing is you can test the kinds of bacteria in your guts and you can get a map. And the cool thing, guys, with a map is it shows you where to go. Think about like when you were a kid and you're like a treasure map. X marks the spot. And you go, well, how do we get to X? Well, you have to know where you are and you have to know where you want to go. And the cool thing about a map is it shows you how to get there, right? I mean, think about GPS. If you didn't put the destination in on a GPS and you just hit go, I don't know about you, but it's going to go, I can't do that. even newer cars today, like brand new 2026 auto self-driving cars. I can tell it to drive by itself, but if it doesn't have a destination, it's just going to keep a straight line in whatever road I'm on until it runs into a problem, and then it's going to start beeping at you. So if you have a map, you can get where you want to go. And here's the cool thing. Many of you want to go towards health. I want to lose weight. I want to get off of medication. I want my blood pressure to get to normal. I want to get my statins down. I want to fix the blockage in my heart. You know where you want to go. But the problem is most of you don't know where you are. Or if you know where you are, you don't have the map to get to where you want to go. I don't know about you, but that was a good analogy. Okay, so are there any questions yet? Is there anybody even online and watching? Shame on you all for just listening and not asking questions. You can. I give you permission to interrupt me with your question. This is Q&A time, guys. I mean, I'm talking only because how boring would it be if I just sat here like this?
That's what they're doing.
And went, yeah, you're right. And went, hey, Aliona, do I have any questions? And you're like, no. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to sit here and wait. When will someone ask a question? That's boring. So I'm giving you content while I'm waiting for you. So what we discovered is once you have your map, you know where to go. So what the research says, guys, is this. If you are leaking, listen to this, tiny microscopic pieces of bacteria get into your bloodstream. They're called lipopolysaccharides, LPS. Now, if you Google LPS and heart disease, thousands of studies. If you Google LPS and diabetes, thousands of studies. LPS and fill in the blank. Headaches, back pain, neck pain, sciatica, numbness and tingling, high blood pressure, cholesterol, Parkinson's, thyroid. Like your gut is connected to everything. Let's talk about your heart. LPS and heart. Huge. Lipopolysaccharides enter the bloodstream. They create an immune response. You build antibodies to the lipopolysaccharides. The challenge is tissues of your body also have lipopolysaccharides. Your heart has lipopolysaccharides. So if you build an antibody to a bacterial lipopolysaccharide, it might look a lot like the lipopolysaccharides in your heart, and so now your body is physically attacking your tissue. It's an induced autoimmune condition. This happens a lot with the thyroid. Lipopolysaccharides and hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's autoimmune hypothyroidism, 100% correlated. Dr. Ernst, you're asking your own question because no one's asked a question yet. Hey, could autoimmune Hashimoto's hypothyroid go away if you stop the lipopolysaccharide leak? Then your immune system calms down, you're not building billions of antibodies, and you no longer attack the thyroid tissue. Hey, Dr. Ernst, my arrhythmia, could it be because I have a lipopolysaccharide leak? The research says yes. So, Dr. Ernst, if my lipopolysaccharide leak stops, would my fibrillation stop if it's caused by a lipopolysaccharide leak? Hey, Dr. Ernst, I have really high blood pressure. Could my blood pressure go back to normal if I fix a lipopolysaccharide leak? That's what the research says. Lipopolysaccharides present in the blood can spike an immune response, which can irritate your heart and spike your blood pressure. Now, what does an ACE inhibitor or a beta blocker or an alpha blocker do for that? Nothing. In fact, you're not going to like this. The medications make the gut leak even more. The synthetic nature of a medication prescribed by a pharmacy is so toxic to the human body, it induces damage to the liver. This is called side effects from medications, and it induces a leak in your intestines. So your intestinal cells leak further, more lipopolysaccharides go into the bloodstream. Now watch this. Your body builds a bigger immune response, and your original condition gets worse. Well, I started taking one medication for my blood pressure. It went down, but then all of a sudden it went back up again, even though I'm medicating, worsening the lipopolysaccharide leak. And you go back to your undereducated doctor and they go, well, we'll increase your dose from 10 to 20 or 50 to 100 or whatever. And you're like, oh, that worked. My blood pressure went back down. But now you're taking more medications, so you have more lipopolysaccharide leaks. So the body then goes, hey, and the blood pressure goes back up. The arrhythmia comes back. The sugars start to climb again. And then you go back to your undereducated doctor and they go, well, now you need 2. Now you need 4. And that's called the merry-go-round of medicine. And I know right now you're going, oh my God, what if Dr. Ernst is right? Look, it's not me. All I do is I read research and I connect the dots and then I teach you something. Lipopolysaccharide leak. It exists. And it has been connected to every major chronic health condition you can think of. Do we have any questions yet?
No, but I have a question.
Oh, we have an actual living question. Go for it.
Yes. So I'm noticing a big wave of people who got their gallbladder removed.
Okay.
They're having a lot of gastrointestinal.
Okay. So Aliona, our production assistant, is asking a question for you. She said, I have noticed, this is her now. She's a clinical technician in our office and she works with patients on a daily basis. She has noticed a trend that people with no gallbladder have digestive issues. You also notice a trend that every single patient who comes in for our lymphatic reset program has no gallbladder. So does having no gallbladder affect your digestive system? Of course it does. Let's talk basics. What, and I'll even Q&A with you real quick. What is the purpose of our gallbladder? Do you know? Okay. Why would we have a bladder, hold a liquid, right? We have a bladder that holds urine, correct? So we have a gallbladder that holds gall. What is gall? It's the excrete of the liver called bile. So your liver, it actually produces and excretes a greenish, yellowish liquid called bile. We need bile because it's an emulsifier. It breaks down fat. So real quick, my liver creates this greenish yellowish extract. Our gallbladder holds it so that when you eat fat, your gallbladder goes squeeze and the bile goes into your small intestines to coat your food so the fat is digested. Now, if you have no gallbladder, when you eat fat, can you go squeeze and you cannot. So when undigested fats get into your small intestines, the bacteria freak out and go, what is all this fat doing here? So you get bloated. You get constipated. You feel like you're having a baby after you ate a fatty meal and you aren't educated enough to connect the dots. So real quick, this is where it gets even crazier, Aliona. Can you live without a bladder?
No.
No, you would die. If you didn't have a bladder, you would have to have a catheter catching your urine for you in a bag externally, and you would have to empty that bag when it fills up because you wouldn't be able to hold your urine. Now, ready? If you have no gallbladder, where does all the bile go? The liver is constantly making bile. So where does it go? It drains into the small intestine all the time. So even when you're not eating food, you're having a small amount of bile leak into the intestines. And bile is acidic. It is an acid, and it's irritating to your digestive system. So the reason people with no gallbladder always have digestive problems is they have no ability to hold their bile in a bladder. But here's where it gets even crazier. The human body is like, what happened to my gallbladder? So the liver goes like this. No worries. We're going to make a pseudo gallbladder. The liver carves out a section of itself to make a portion of the liver hold the bile, because you would die if you had consistent bile flowing into your digestive system. So think about the innate brilliance of the human body. Your brain is like, some idiot took out my gallbladder. Not you, the patient, but the doctor. That idiotic doctor didn't teach you that the reason you're having gallbladder issues in the first place is because you have parasites or bacteria or biofilm in your liver. So they, in their brilliance, take your gallbladder out. But then they never teach you, hey, you won't produce the enzymes you need to digest fat. So what should every single gallbladder removed person on this planet take every day? Digestive enzymes that contains ox bile, because you won't be able to squeeze enough bile out when you eat fat. So the saving grace for all of you that have no gallbladder is just take an enzyme that has ox bile in it when you eat food, and all of your digestive issues will go away. And know that you need to take a binder for bile when you're not eating food, because the slow leak of bile is why your digestive system hurts. What a fabulous question. See what happens when you ask a question? So like I'm really gonna push hard now. Facebookers, please, even if it's just so that I can see that you can hear us, go to the comment section and say, here's my question for you, send. YouTubers, use the YouTube comment. Comment and we'll answer it. Do you have any other questions, Aliona, since no one else is here?
PCOS.
PCOS. Yes, so it's polycystic ovarian syndrome is what it stands for. So let's talk about what is it when we use the word. Poly means more than one. Cystic means there's cysts. Ovarian means it's in the ovaries. And syndrome means we don't know what the hell is, we don't know what is causing it. Fine, we don't know what the hell is causing it. So a doctor says, we have no idea what's causing it, so we put those into syndromes. If you've ever been told you have a syndrome, that means the doctor's like, we have no idea where this comes from. So you have a lot of cysts in your ovaries. So the word polycystic ovarian syndrome, it's not a diagnosis. It's just a description of what's going on. Now, do you know, Aliona, for cycling females, each month you go between your ovaries for releasing one egg. So 1 month it's the left ovary, the other month it's the right ovary. If you're pretty self-conscious to what it feels like to be a cycling female, as a female, you'll know like, oh, there's my left ovary releasing, usually day 13, 14, 15 of your cycle. And then, oh, there's my right one. Okay, so you'll feel each side if you're aware of it. Now, when an ovarian follicle forms the egg, it goes through this staging. So you have these eggs dormant, right? And it's time to now go through a cycle. So one egg says, this is my month. So that egg starts to form inside of a cyst. And so what's supposed to happen is the cyst gets big enough that it bursts. And this is what you feel, ladies, where you're like, oh, I just ovulated an egg. That cyst is supposed to release the egg into the fallopian tube, and then down it goes. But that cyst is supposed to then shrivel down and disappear. So ready? People with PCOS, after the egg is released, the cyst doesn't go away. It's eggless and it stays in the ovary. But next month, another egg comes out on the opposite side. And if that cyst stays, now each ovary has one cyst. Polycystic means they're like, man, you have like 40 cysts in your ovaries. And medicine says it's a hormonal problem, estrogen dominance, some sort of toxicity. Most people are like, I have no idea what's causing it. What it means is one of three things is happening. Your lumbar spine has a subluxation in it at the nerves that connect to the ovaries, because your ovaries don't just do this by themselves. They're being told by the brain's hormones, hey, we're at a stage where in this month it's time to release an egg. So the hormones of the brain, AC, TH, LH, FSH, this regulates female cycles. So if you are being overly stimulated, that follicle develops quickly, the egg releases, but you don't have the proper hormones to release that cyst back to normal. So what is PCOS? It's either a subluxation in the lumbar spine, disconnecting the brain's neurology to the ovaries. It's a hormonal imbalance. Too much estrogen, not enough progesterone, because estrogen is what forms the follicle and progesterone is what shrinks it. So this is why when people are on birth control, it's timed estrogen and timed progesterone to try to stop that from happening. So birth control prevents you from ovulating an egg, which is why you don't get pregnant. But if you think about it, we can stop an egg from ovulating and we can stop it from forming by giving you the hormones in an opposite pattern. So we can hormonally make you not ovulate, and we can hormonally make you ovulate. So people who are like doing IVF, they're getting constant hormone injections because they're trying to crank out eggs like crazy. So in a month's window, you should only release one egg. But if you're doing IVF treatments, every injection you give yourself, let's try to do 6 months worth of ovulations in 4 weeks. So wait a minute. We know we can force a female to ovulate. We know we can stop a female from ovulating. So then why don't we know how to fix PCOS? Because it's not a drug. You can't fix it with drugs. You need to get your spine realigned and decompress the pressure of the lumbar nerves. You need to hormonally balance yourself. And my God, hormone balancing requires pretty extensive testing. You can't just go get your blood work done once and say you know everything about your hormones. You have to do 24 hours of hormone testing. And for females, we got to do the week before, the week during, and the week after to go, your week before is off, but your week of is on track, but your week after is off. And it requires work. We have to balance your hormones. And thirdly, it's almost always due to a toxicity. There's some sort of a toxin irritating the tissue. Number one toxins, glyphosate, the pesticide, herbicide sprays on almost all non-organic foods, heavy metals, microplastics, biofilms. I mean, the list goes on and on. So can you test yourself for these 3 root causes? Yes. And watch, if you don't treat the polycystic ovarian, but you treat the root causes, the cysts disappear and you get back to normal ovulation cycling. And then you go, I no longer have PCOS. Are there literally no comments? Like not a single comment or question, like what the heck is going on with you guys? So, all right, we have 10 more minutes. Who's going to be the brave one? Okay, I was talking about lipopolysaccharide leaks in heart, and I think you get the idea. If you seal your gut and you no longer lipopolysaccharide leak, then your blood pressure and your cholesterol and your triglycerides and can get better. We also talked about PCOS. And you asked a question earlier, I think, on, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, why do so many people without their gallbladder have so many digestive issues? Now it's time to sit in awkward silence while I force one of you to ask a question. I should have been prepared and had like a cup of coffee and just or like a keyboard. Surely someone's going to ask a question. Hey, Aliona, do you have any other questions? She's thinking of one.
That's very interesting, though, the PCOS thing, because you said something with your lumbar, like a subluxation.
Yeah.
And how I have like a mild scoliosis. I also had PCOS or got diagnosed with PCOS.
Yeah.
But like no symptoms, just by ultrasound.
So because the mic's not close to you, so she's saying you've been previously diagnosed with PCOS, right? It's interesting because now that you work for our company, you've had a neural assessment done and you found out you have a minor scoliosis in your lower back. And guess what? I imagine the bend is at L3 because 3 goes to bladder and reproductive tissues. So if your spinal nerve is pinched at L3, could that be where the PCOS was coming from?
Yeah, and my cycles used to be very irregular until I started.
So very irregular cycles. Then you started working with us. Then you started getting adjusted. And hold on, what happened to your cycles?
It is like now within 3 days of what normal is.
So within a 3-day normalcy, everything's returned. And are you having as much pre-discomfort during and post-discomfort? So would you say, for example, then your chiropractic care done structurally has improved your cycle to where it's more synced, more balanced, and it's less discomfort?
Yeah, and my hormonal migraines are gone.
So hormonal migraines are gone. Let's go a little deeper. Being female, is your skin on your face clearing? Do you notice less?
Yeah, I don't get a lot. So much has changed.
Adult acne is a big deal, isn't it? Yeah, so less adult acne, better skin complexion and tone, right? We do have a question?
Yeah.
We actually have a question. Who's our brave questioner?
Cindy Carter.
Cindy Carter. Oh my God, Cindy Carter.
What causes dry skin other than hydration?
Ah, great question. Okay, so what causes dry skin other than hydration? Okay, it's going to burst your bubble. Skin is supposed to secrete a version of an oil. So I know it's weird to think about this, but there is actually what's called human oil. We don't collect it though, and we don't sell it because for most of you, the human oils of our skin are somewhat toxic. Fats hold toxins, and your body wants to get rid of certain toxins. So it does it by putting an oil onto your skin. Now, some people will note, they'll say, oh my God, I have an oily complexion. Have you heard of this? Or my hair is really oily. My face is oily. And they constantly are buying all these soaps and scrubs and everything to take all the oil off. Okay, ready? If you have oily complexion, oily hair, oily skin, you should be thinking, oh my gosh, I must be really toxic. Normal skin secretes an oil that lubricates the skin so it's not dry. So, Cindy, you're not going to like my answer. The reason most people's skin is so dry is because they're washing the oil off their skin with toxic cleaning products. So, all of those body washes and body scrubs and all the stuff that you guys buy for when you shower and bathe is why your skin is so dry. No, Dr. Ernst, you don't understand. I buy the Aveda skin lotion. Guess how much lotion I use on my body? 0. Guess how much body washes I buy? 0. Guess the kind of soap I use. I use castor oil soap. Oil. I wash my body in a castor oil soap. Why do I do that? I want to put the oil back on my skin. All of the Dove and what are some other brands? I'm blanking on brands. I don't buy them, so I don't even know. All of the Dove and Suave and I don't know, whatever you buy to wash your body with is why your skin is so dry. Dr. Ernst, like, are you serious? Like, I'm supposed to hop in the shower, let the water run across my body and not lather up? No. Real quick, if we went back to the year 1200, do you think they took a loofah and squeezed some fragrant essence liquid onto that and got it all sudsy and went, shh? No. Do you know the original design of soap? How do we make soap for real? Anybody know? We have glycerin and fat and probably some oils and other things. And this is the challenge with soap making is you can have nitroglycerin as a byproduct of making soap, so you can cause explosions. So real soap with lye, see today, they're like, oh my God, lye is extremely toxic. No. Lye is phenomenal if you know how to use it right. So making real lye-based oil soaps would be the way you would want to wash your body because it puts the oil back on your skin. Now, if you do have really dry skin, okay, no Aveda body lotions. I know ladies, right? I'm sorry. Stop slathering all this body lotion all over you. Legs and back and butt and arms and head. You guys bathe yourselves in all these lotions. Avocado oil. Greatest oil for your skin ever. If you have dry skin, just start rubbing avocado or olive oil all over your body. Let it absorb and stop using these harsh chemical soaps.
Here's a loaded one. It's
A loaded
longer,
question.
so
Woo, she's handing me the stream so I can see this. Even though I've exercised most of my life and eaten well most of my life, I have osteoporosis. This is Debbie. Debbie, great to see you. I have osteoporosis. Neck and femur is very bad. 3 scans. What can I do to help this? Okay, ready? Again, you're not going to like my answer. Osteoporosis is not a disease the way we describe it. It is a reaction. It is an effect. Your bones are supposed to store calcium, phosphorus, and other minerals inside of them so that they're strong. So the first question I have for any osteoporotic patient is this. Have you been tested for global body acidity? Do you know how acidic your body is? There's a way to do it on a blood test. We look at your anion gap. We look at sodium, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, and magnesium. We run an equation to assess their ratios, and it gives us a score called an anion gap. If your anion gap is very high, then we know you're acidic. And ready for this? Your bones are basic. Calcium is a base. If you remember anything about standard chemistry class, Ca, the element for calcium, has a 2+. The 2+ means it has a basic nature to it. So it's a buffer. Now ready? What was her name? Cindy? Debbie, ready? Why your bones aren't strong with calcium is not your age. It's not your diet. It's not the amount of fitness you're doing or not doing. It's because you're acidic. So your bones go, holy cow, my body is acidic and my user isn't fixing the acidity. So we will save her life by throwing the calcium out of the bone and into the blood. The blood will see the calcium and go, thank God, calcium, you're here because my user is acidic and you can buffer the acid so we stay alive. Do you get it? The osteoporosis is an acidity response. Your body's pulling the calcium out of your bones to keep you alive. More than likely, Debbie, if I ran a blood calcium on you, your blood calcium would be on the high side of normal. How do you fix this? No Fosamax, no drugs that push phosphorus, Fosamax, phosphorus. Boniva pushes phosphorus back into the bones because phosphorus is dense but soft. Do you want dense, soft bones or do you want dense, hard bones? Calcium is hard. It's so hard. Did you guys know your bones are stronger than a steel bar? Did you know that? The tensile force of steel is less than the tensile force of a human bone. So, how do we get the calcium back in your bones? Number one, you have to alkalinize your diet and you have to flush your body of the acids. Number two, vibration therapy, standing on a vibration plate, not the cheap ones from Amazon that wobble back and forth, but an actual, like a real vibration plate will push the calcium back in your bones. Get adjusted. A lot of people with osteoporosis are afraid to go to a chiropractor because they think my bones are soft and I'm going to get cracked and I'm going to die. No, the adjustment piezoelectrically stimulates your spine. Google it. The piezoelectric stimulation of the spine increases the calcium of your bones, especially your lumbars and your hips. You need to stretch. You need to move more. And really, the secret is don't take calcium. You have too much calcium in your blood as it is. Don't add extra calcium to your blood. I know it's weird. Don't take calcium for osteoporosis. It's not a calcium disorder. It is an acidity issue. Any other questions? How much time do we have? We have 1 minute. 3, 2, exit music. No. Is there anybody who has a last minute question? Guys, I'm doing this every single Tuesday. Literally every single Tuesday. It's supposed to be at 9:30 a.m. Today we started, I think, 9:45 just because I was doing an interview. And I'm going to give us a couple plugs. This Saturday, guys, you must carve out your schedule for 3 p.m. Eastern for the Ask Dr. Ernst Show. I am interviewing a gentleman, Dimitri, from Germany. He developed a necklace that senses your harmonic vibrational energy and gives a feedback. If you're stressed, this necklace will calm you down. If you're tired, this necklace will energize you. If you're anxious, this necklace will calm you down. If you're depressed, this necklace will lift your mood. It doesn't treat you. It's harmonically sending a sound that only your body can hear to tune you to normal. And I'm telling you, we've had Aliona here say she put the necklace on and all of a sudden a lot of emotions came up that she's working through. My associate put the necklace on. He's like, oh my God, I'm super hot. He's like, I'm about to pop. He's dealing with an emotion. It helps you expose your emotions. So this Saturday at 3 p.m., I'm interviewing Dimitri Linov, if I'm pronouncing his name right, the owner and founder of The One Device, Saturday at 3 p.m. And later, the following week, you're going to hear from Curtis, who owns Cereset, a brain therapy available in the Carolinas, technically all over the U.S., where you can actually read your brain, your scans of your brain. He will teach you how to know, are you in fight or flight? Are you having an emotional issue? Are you having a stress issue? And how you can train your brain with sounds to just chill out. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Okay, Debbie and Cindy both said thank you. And
Wow.
Cindy said, I need one of those necklaces.
Yeah, Debbie, real quick, or Cindy. Debbie and Cindy, theonedevice.com. You can get it right now. They're available. You even have a 90-day trial offer where if you don't like it, send it back. You get all your money back. Theonedevice.com. But guys, tune in this Saturday. This Saturday is going to be an hour with me and Dimitri discussing frequency harmonics and how it helps the human body to modulate itself. But remember, I'm not an outside-in therapist. I don't claim that this necklace is healing me. It doesn't heal anything. It helps your body tune itself so that your body heals you. Just like we said earlier, if you stop putting all the harsh soaps on you and washing all the oil off your body will heal your skin for you. If you stop messing around with your hormones, your ovaries will go back to their normal cycle. You remove the subluxations in your lower back, and you fix a scoliosis, your cycles can reset back to perfect. Your body is what does the healing through the power that God gave it. We will never claim that a necklace healed someone or that an adjustment heals anyone. All they do is they harmonically tune the energy of your body so that the power within it heals itself. Yeah, it's time, guys. So thanks for